everyone, welcome back to another video. Today on this video, we're going to go over exactly how last month, the breakdown of how we were able to lock up 32 contracts, 32 agreements with sellers to purchase their home. So a little background on me, if you guys don't already know who I am. My name is Gino Palumba. I'm 25 years old now. I started this business when I was 19, back at the end of 2018. I'm a virtual wholesaler, so we never go out to the properties to lock these deals up. It's all over the phone. We're in 3 markets due to that. Metro Atlanta is our first in terms of where we started out at market. That's where I live, outside Metro Atlanta. And then we have Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth area, and then Raleigh, Durham. Now, I designed this business when I first created this business. I wanted to design it around my lifestyle. I'm not here to be the one that wants to go to $2 million a month. I'm not the one chasing some sort of fantasy number or fairy tale number. What I want to do is build a business around my lifestyle to allow me to travel the world and go see places while also hopefully receiving a lot of income, right? And so with that in mind, I built a team, again, like I said, virtual team. We have people from India, Nicaragua, Venezuela, Bolivia, Spain, all over the place, obviously United States, all the places that you can think of working on our team. And I did that because I know that together as a virtual team, we're assembling the best people and the best people for the company that we're looking to continually grow. So with that being said, to lead into the next thing here is I did this all while I was traveling through Italy and France. I went for about 45 days from middle of March to about the end of April on one of my annual trips to go out there to Europe. And so I did this all this happened in May, and I did this. And when I say I did nothing. And when I mean I did nothing, not that I didn't work, but I'm not responsible for anything you see here today. I didn't lock up one contract. I didn't call one new lead. I didn't call one net lead. And that just goes to show how grateful I am for my team. But more importantly, it goes to show how powerful our team is, how successful our team is, how we work together, how they work together, how everyone on our team has a pivotal part, and how even if it might seem very little, how it contributes to where we're at today. So I take no credit for this in front of you guys. What you're going to see today and the breakdown of it was all my team. And that's why, I'm able to do what I am able to do. And I'm very blessed to have them. Again, like I said, I want to reiterate it. None of this has to do with me. Nothing I did to get us here. Well, maybe some things I did to get us here, of course, but nothing in terms of what you're seeing today. I did. It goes all credit to my team. So if you want to put a comment down below, say, way to go, Ferocity. That's our parent company. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. I'll share it with them down below. But anyway, yeah, we had a banger month. It's our best month ever. Before this, contract-wise, it was 23. So we had a goal of 24 this month, and our AM director, Marcus, and of course all the other team members too as well, came in here and destroyed it. We had 32, with 31 of it coming from direct-to-seller marketing. The other one was from a referral deal from a seller. So now, with that being said, let's hit it. So I kind of broke this out to where it was kind of easy to see. I know you guys probably want to know, like, where are you getting most of your leads? So I made sure to show that bar graph, but everything else breaks down. It's just a big number here until contracts, which breaks down per lead source. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it off. And I want to make this clear too. This was a big question I got from about 4 different people from my Instagram, like, how did you do it? How'd you do it? And I know if I was looking back on this, how did this company do it? How did they even do this? I would want to see the details and kind of understand. And I'm going to be, again, always open book, giving you guys as much as you can. So make sure you leave some comments down below if you want anything to be clarified. But to start it off, you got to first understand, and like I said, I'm coming from the position, like if I was reading this or if I was watching this, is you got to understand, it all starts with what is your marketing spend? And so we spent about $86,000 last month, $86,000. With $86,000 of it, actually, I'm gonna pause the video and get the exact dollar amounts that we spent for each marketing source. So looking at it, I went back and went to exact numbers for you guys. SMS, so let's go back up to leads. SMS, we spent $19,278. Now we also spent about $4,500 in data. So you can credit at least half of that towards SMS, which would give you about a grand total of $21,400. You got $10,845 for cold call. Okay, $10,845. This pre-foreclosure goes with SMS and cold call. It's mostly SMS, so you could really add this to SMS lead count. It's just another way for us to just see it in Salesforce to track it. So this really goes back to SMS. Like after cold call, like I explained, for both those two, there is data, right? So like I said, we spent about $4,500 in data. So if you had $2,250, which is half of $4,500, to each marketing source. Like I said, SMS would go then up to $21,500. If you do the same thing to the $10,000 that we have in SMS, the 10,800, or excuse me, cold call, you would then end up being about $13,000. So if you guys let's make it summarize it easier. If you guys want to include my data cost, which I like doing though, for my total spend in SMS and cold call, it was 13,000 we spent in cold call last month and $21,500 in SMS. So 21,500 in SMS marketing dollars and 13,000 in cold call. Now down to mail, we spent about $30,000. $30,850. And PPL, or what you might see in here is PPC. We just have it worded as PPC. We pay per leads for PPC type leads. It's $21,000. And so that's what you see here. So that's that breakdown on those lead source. And I bring that up again, was to say is like, you can't compare yourself. Comparison's a thief of joy. Again, we spent over $86,000 last month. So I hope we see some sort of results, right? So, I was talking to somebody the other day and he's like, dude, how can I get to 30 contracts a month? Well, first you want to get there, the team you need to get there, right? There's a whole team around it, which I talked about in my past video, my entire team. But, and there's a lot of risk with it. Obviously spend a lot of money, and $86,000 isn't a little amount of money. So like, you got to understand where you're coming from, or where the deals are coming from. Now, if you want to break it down and look at it on a cost per contract basis, like how much do you need to spend? Every team is different, right? Maybe my team, which I hope it is. So let's say we did 31 contracts, because like I said, we had 32 last month, but some of them came from referral. One came from referral, so I'm not going to count that to marketing spend. We're at $2,700 cost per contract. So if you come to me and Gino, and again, that might have been our very best month, and our cost per contract was the lowest ever. So let's just say my normal cost per contract may be significantly, not significantly more, but say it's 300 or 3,000, excuse me. If you're trying to get to, for me, if I'm trying to get to, more, or say you are, you got to look back at your cost per contract and note that, hey, my cost per contract's $3,000 and I'm only doing 10 deals a month. Well, that means you're spending 30 grand. So if you want to get to, 20 deals a month, what's the math on that? 60,000. Now, let's be honest, it doesn't always, and it's not as easy as that to replicate. You need, depending on your marketing source you're talking about, it's easier than others. If you're talking about direct mail, yeah, it's pretty easy to tell your direct mail provider to mail 60,000, or twice the amount of people. If you're spending 30,000 on mail and you want to get to 60. Same thing with if you're talking about PPC spend, it's kind of easy to raise your spend. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying you're going to guarantee to 2 times your return, because there's always a law of diminishing returns. And then with your mail piece, you're going to have to send out with double the amount of data, which means your data quality might come down. But you get what I'm pointing. It's a lot easier than maybe scaling up a cold call team or an SMS team that you have to now get resources and people to do. So anyway, like I said, I don't want you guys to compare these numbers. I'm going to get back into the video here, but just a food for thought is like, we have to spend a lot of money, and I'm only brought all this up is that, this was all done by spending a lot of money. And so don't think of yourself, oh, why am I not at 30? And I'm spending, I'm at 30 grand. And then you look at your spend, you're spending 20 grand a month or 50 grand a month. Even like sometimes I'm not saying we have the lowest cost per contract in the industry. We might be able to get lower, but you don't want to compare your numbers to someone else's in terms of how much contracts. You want to look at what you're converting on cost per contract and really revenue per deal. That's all that matters, right? But for the sake of this video, we'll keep it going, right? So in all, let's just look at the total amount last month. We had, and it'll show up right here. I know this is this week. I just changed the filter. 2,100 leads, 2,100 new leads, people that raised their hand and said yes. That's what a new lead is for us. And out of that, 1,200 of them we got on the phone. But the exact number was, let's look, 1,220. So 1,220 we got on the phone. Now you might be like, what the heck does that mean? So for us, a net lead is someone that, we have these 2,100 people get pushed into our Salesforce, into our CRM, which is actually, this is part of it you're looking at. It gets pushed into our Salesforce. And then our lead managers call those 2,100 leads. And the fact of the matter is, especially if they're SMS leads, which you see a majority of our leads are, these sellers don't always answer. We're lucky if we get them on the phone 50% of the time, like you can see here. We got over 1,200 people that we got on the phone and confirmed they wanted to sell their property, right? That's what this means. A net lead is someone that we called in our CRM, right? The 2,100 new leads come into our CRM. But then our lead managers have to tackle those 2,100. And out of those 2,100, only 1,200 actually said, yes, I do want to sell my home. It's not that they were motivated. It's just that, yes, I do want to sell their home. From that point on, those 1,200, we were able to set 230 appointments. Now, everyone does everything different here, and you might do it different. I'm not telling you to change it. I'm just telling you how we do it. We got 231 appointments. And how do we classify an appointment? For us, an appointment is someone that has motivation. They want to sell their home, and the asking price doesn't matter. In the next 30 days, I should mention, they want to start the process of selling their home. Not that they want to get paid in 30 days. Very important, a big difference. And that's some sales videos I've made on that in the past. But, they want to start the process of selling their home in 30 days, and they're motivated to sell. And that's where it becomes subjectivity. What's motivation? Well, for us, again, every person you ask on my team, even though we're performing at a high level, lead managers might say something a little different because it's so subjective. But for us, again, their pain point financial, they inherited a home, they can't, fix it, they can't afford the rehab, their tenant destroyed it, absentee owner. There's a many multitude of things, but it's not just because, hey, I want to upgrade. That's not motivation. Or, hey, because you contacted me, that's why I want to. No, that's not motivation, right? So those want to be appointments. As you can see here, almost 1,000 leads did not become appointments. Now, those aren't people that necessarily were going to be selling to anyone in general. It's not like those 1,000 people are going on the retail market. It's just most of those people were just reaching out and saying they would sell if we gave them an offer, right? So besides the point, we got 231 appointments set. Now we run everything virtual, so we have a pretty high appointment complete percentage. As you can see here, we completed 204. I think it's just under 90% of our appointments we completed. And what do we classify in a completed appointment? It's someone that we gave an offer to. We are able to get them on the phone, set expectations, and give them an offer. Okay. Now, these other 27 people, we just were never able to get them on the phone to give them an offer. Now we're constantly hit them. We freaking kill that list to try to get them completed. It just didn't happen, right? And so we're going to work on keep getting more of those. But 90% is a pretty good number. And like I said, this is probably just under 90%. So we're still trending good. And then here's the glory to the highest right here in terms of this list is we completed 200 and we got 31 contracts. Now, remember, we do have 3,200 here. As you'll see right here, there is a one that has no lead source because that's just a referral, which we probably should go back and put that as a referral. I will after this call. But with that being said, as you can see here, this one right here, let's start from left to right. SMS, what our spend was, about 22 grand. We didn't have that great of a month in SMS, to be honest. We didn't. This is probably one of our lowest months. We had 5 contracts. It's about 4 grand a contract. Like I told you, we spent about 23 grand. Or 22 grand, I think. I have to listen back. And then I don't have it in front of me anymore. And then cold call, we had a killer month. And we actually use a private cold call company. We outsource it to an Egyptian company. If you're interested in learning more about that, leave a comment down below. I'll introduce you to the owner. I think it's about $6 an hour for the people, depending on how much you spend. Sometimes it could be less if you spend more, have more hours. And then we got on the left here, or then we'll start the PPC like you heard us say. Let me just pull it up since I'm here. We have PPC, PPL. It's not really PPC. We don't run our own PPC. It's PPL. We pay per leads. It's $21,000 you spent last month with 7 contracts. So just roughly about $3,000 cost per contract, PPC. And then Easy Sell ATL forms, Easy Sell Dallas, Easy Sell RD, and this one and this one. Funny enough, this was an old lead that used to be an old mailer. All these, so 1, 7, 8, 9, and 10 came from mail. In mail, like I mentioned, we spent about 30 grand. So there's your 3,000 cost per contract there as well. So again, out of the 204 appointments complete, we locked up, hence this is a referral, 31 contracts, right? This is just a referral. We locked up 31 contracts. So closing percentage on that is 15%. And we're happy with that. Yes, some people in market target 20. We're doing this virtually. It's a lot harder to lock up. If I'm in person, I'm going for 40 or 20%. But at the same time, we've tried and dipped into in person, and we still do it on certain deals. But for a 15% close ratio all day long, I'll virtually close. You know how many appointments I can handle versus if I go in person? Max AM can handle 2 or 3 in person. AMs now for me, acquisition managers can handle 5 to 7 appointments a day. If they're fed it, since they don't have to drive to the property, don't have to drive back from the property, don't have to deal with traffic, they don't have to, like all that stuff. So it affects their follow-ups, and now our guys can do follow-ups, which will lead to more contracts. So anyway, 15% closing ratio, very happy. Just to put this in perspective, though, I should be, again, transparent with you. The month before this, I believe we had 19, and our closing percentage was like 11 or 12%. So I am highlighting you guys a month that's been our best month ever. Now, I wanted to do that too because people asked me to see what it looks like. But what you see here was accumulation of fuck, I'm showing the curse on here, 5+ years of nonstop grinding, and this 1 month doesn't define us either. We're trying to push it, push it, push it, push it, and really, I'm not showing this month as a we got it solved because, like I said, it goes up and down and around. And so when I'm showing you guys this month was again only because really a lot of people reach out to me and said they want to see what a month like this would look like and how much you spent, how much where's your leads and all this stuff. So that's why the video's here. By no means do we have it figured out. I'll be transparent. It's the 9th of May. We have 6 contracts right now. Well, I still think it's really good. We can definitely turn it up some notch, but we're going for 26 again. So we got some room to make up. It's a game of emotions. We're floating, we're doing our things as we can, but where we're at this month. Again, like I said, 6 on the 9th. Last month was 31. We're shooting for 26. Let me know if we hit it. Well, I'll let you guys know if we hit it, or reach back out to me if you're watching this video past May 2024. And I'm only bringing those numbers up just to show you, like, it's not that we have everything figured out, but I do believe, that we have a good system, and it's not perfect. Like I said, we might have months at 31 this month. God, hopefully we can get some contracts rolling here and get even to 26. I believe we can. That's what we're going to do for sure. We're going to put everything and effort we can into it. But look, it's not perfect. We're not a perfect business. I don't think anyone that you follow is a perfect business too, right? No one has a perfect business. And so, I just want to show you guys, ending this video here is like, yes, we had our greatest month. Here's that breakdown you guys had, but nothing's guaranteed next month, and we're coming in, and I know that myself, right? And so I'm not the guy that knows everything, and I'm not going to tell you that. Stuff I learned was from people. I'm just using information from other people in this industry that you've probably studied too. So I just accumulation of putting things in here and there. And again, like I said, even with that, I'm not perfect, but I'm looking forward to keeping growing and have, like I said, all power to my team and keeping my team motivated so that, I can do what I want, get to where I want to be, and get them to where they want to be, more importantly. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know maybe we got a little long-winded, but this is unedited video, so I'm just putting these out there as much as I can. It's the easiest way for me to do it. If you like edited videos, probably won't be the channel, but I'm just trying to give you guys raw information and just get you guys to point A to point B, A to Z, I guess, try to cover things. So if you got questions down in the comments, I'll stop yapping. If you got questions down in the comments, leave them down below, and thanks for watching.